Wahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu, and good day. This will be the second asynchronous class uh, for the method of research. Right, so last meeting we already discussed the research processes and the the processes of the research. Okay, the research process and what's research and the process of all the research. So napag-aralan na natin yung mga research processes. So ngayon naman pag-aaralan natin yung four frameworks of the research. So ito ay napakahalaga mahalaga po ito sa tinatawag natin na research, yung research study, yung frameworks. Okay? So meron tayong apat na frameworks for the research. Okay? Una dyan is the conceptual framework. Okay? Second is the theoretical framework. And then the third one is the methodological framework. And then the the fourth one is the analytical framework. So all of these uh, frameworks, or the four frameworks for of the research, it contains yung tinatawag natin na napakahalagang uh, process, or bibigay po sila ng yung apat na framework na yan ng halaga kung paano gumawa ng research study. Right? So let's start with uh, conceptual framework. Okay? So conceptual framework, the most important framework of the research process. Okay? Bakit? Kasi dito nagmumula kung saan yung uh, research mo ay mag-uumpisa. It should begin with the idea. So dito sa conceptual framework na ito, this will actually the beginning of, or yung tatawagin natin, the foundation of your research. Okay? Bakit foundation of your research? Because the research ay hindi siya magagawa without the idea. Okay? Kasama na dito yung concept of your research and then the hypothesis of your research. So, yung idea dito, ito yung talagang nagiging isang foundation or pillars of your research. So, kung wala yung idea mo, either your project is not actually possible, hindi siya magagawa. And then, yung conceptual framework din that dictates the flow and outcomes of the other frameworks. Kumbaga, the other three frameworks are linked into the conceptual framework. Kasi madidiscuss dito yung idea, yung concept, yung hypothesis, magkakaroon ng conclusion based on the idea that the researcher formulated. Okay? Makakapasok din dito yung refining of the idea. So, wala kang refine or ma-analyze or mag-gather information if you don't know the idea of your research, kung ano talaga yung gagawin mong study. So, basically, the idea is the foundation of the research. Okay? The next is the theoretical framework. Okay? Theoretical framework, ito ay actually the studying and reviewing the idea and the main objectives carefully. Okay? So, uh, in this framework, it will actually review and study the idea. Kung yung idea mo ba, it is possible? Yung idea mo ba, it's viable, meaning it's feasible? Kung may chance na magagawa siya. And then economical. When we say economical, um, we are talking about the budget. The budget is actually covered with the capacity of the researcher. Kung kaya niya ba talaga yung budget na to finish the study. So, it is economical. Hindi siya nag-i-exist sa limit ng researcher. Pag halimbawa yung kaya ng researcher is like 30 to 40,000, hindi siya mag-exist with the range of the budget ng researcher. Okay? Lalong-lalo na po sa mga student na kagaya niyo. Okay? Yung um, talagang paggagawa kayo ng idea or pag magfo-formulate kayo ng idea in the conceptual framework, try to formulate the idea that is possible, na economical siya. When we say economical, na yung budget na range, kaya nyong i-handle. Hindi kayo kakapusin sa budget. Okay? And then effective. The project or the idea that you trying to formulate, should be effective. Um, titingnan mo dito kung yung effectiveness ng study mo sa particular area kung saan mo ilalagay or the particular setting of your project. Now, let's say for example, you are trying to conduct a research related to a sustainable farming in some places here in Sulu. Now, titingnan mo yung isang lugar kung saan ilalagay mo yung study mo. Yung sustainable farming ba? Anong klasing um, pananim? Okay? Let's say for example, petchay. Titingnan mo yung effectiveness ng study mo in that area kung talaga yung petchay ay suitable in that place. Kasi pag hindi siya nabubuhay dyan, your study is not actually effective. Now, once the study is really effective, that's the possibility that the idea that you're trying to create or formulate, it is possible, viable, and it is effective in a way that all the respondent or kung sino man ang involved sa yung research ay makikinabang. Hindi lang ikaw yung makikinabang, but mostly you are trying to implement an effective and sustainable project in a particular setting. Yun ang talagang uh, idea na ibibigay or ilalagay mo sa isang lugar at magkakaroon ito ng effectiveness in a way that na makikinabang lahat yung beneficiary or yung mga stakeholder of your project. Okay? Then review the past study to make sure that the theory is valid. So dito sa theoretical framework, pinag-aaralan din dito yung related literature tsaka related study. Okay? So, yung past study na na it's already implemented in some places, you are trying to adapt that study and put in your related literature or related study. Either that study is suitable and effective, you are now trying to analyze the gap between uh, yung mga related study dito, yung pinag-aaralan dito is to validate, okay? To validate the idea para yung idea mo na instead na yung possibility niya is like 50%, it became or it increased the possibility that your project ay magagawa talaga yan kasi it's based on the related studies and related literature na nag-gather mo. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag yung lesser, yung related literature, related studies na magagather mo, therefore, the effectiveness or the viability of your project, it is actually not possible to become na talagang magagawa yung project na yan. So, yung mangyayari dito, i-reformulate mo yung idea. Hindi ka mag-stick on that idea kasi na na-analyze mo or na-review mo according to the past study na talaga yung theory mo is valid. Okay? So, based on the related literature and the related studies, you can review the idea if it is possible or effective. Okay? So, parang ma-analyze mo dito yung gap ng mga studies na nagawa na ng mga previous um, na study na actually presented in a way na naging effective ba yan or hindi. Okay? bakit hindi naging effective yan? Kasi ganito, you can actually analyze the gap. Okay? At yun ang susunod natin na titingnan yung tinatawag natin uh, methodological framework. Okay? Yung methodological framework, dito pinag-uusapan yung mga data or information na na-gather based on the previous, based on the idea na na-formulate ng isang researcher. Okay? Dinidiscuss dito yung data or information that will be gathered or how it will be gathered and how it will be analyzed. So, paano yan? So, meron tayo tinatawag na dalawang type of research na pwedeng i-apply sa kung ano man yung uri ng research na ginagawa mo. Either quantitative ba yan or qualitative. Okay, so na-discuss natin sa unang lecture natin yung tinatawag natin na quantitative. Okay? Yung quantitative, ito yung isang uri ng research that needs a mathematical formula, a measurement, or a weighing machine, di ba? Parang mga ganun na types of measurement or yung tinatawag natin na actually the measurement na kailangan natin gawin upang makuha natin yung laki, gaano ba kalaki yung laki, gaano ba kahaba ang haba, gaano ba kabigat yung bigat, that is actually a quantitative. Okay? Pinag-aaralan dito yung laki, yung yung bigat ng isang type of research. Kung halimbawa, ano ba yung research na gagawin mo. Okay? So, for a computer engineering like class, no? Dito, papasok yung research nyo as an applied science. Okay? Pag sinabi natin na applied science, ito ay isang uri ng research na nagkakaroon ng output. Okay? So, gumagawa kayo ng device. That device is actually contributing in a sustainable development goal, yung tinatawag natin na SDG. Okay? Anong SDG ba yan? Either nasa uh, parang yung mga manufacturing company ba yan or sustainable development or economical ba yan? Yung mga ganun. And that has actually an output. At yung output na yun ang tinatawag natin na uh, research or project design. And that is belong to the quantitative research. And now, ano naman ang tinatawag natin na qualitative research? Dito sa qualitative research, ito naman yung isang uri ng research that you need a questionnaire or a feedback form or an interview to gather data. Okay? Kaya sinasabi natin dito how it will be gathered. Yung data dito, paano mag-gather? Paano mo paano ka nag-collect ng mga information. Okay? So, either ginamitan mo ba ito ng measurement, ginamitan mo ba ito ng weighing machine, or gumamit ka ng form, feedback form, gumamit ka ng mga iba't ibang klase ng questionnaire in order for you to gather all the information and data that is actually related to the idea that was formulated in a previous framework. Kaya nga sabi natin na the conceptual framework is actually linked into the three frameworks of research. Ito yung methodological framework that is also linked into the conceptual framework. Kasi yung i-gather mo dito, yung information related sa idea na formulate mo sa conceptual framework. And that is how you're going to gather data based on the two types of research, the qualitative and the quantitative research. And then next, yung pag-aaralan natin is about the analytical framework. Okay, so dito sa analytical framework, um, yung pinag-aaralan natin dito is how you are going to analyze the data that you have been collected. Okay? So data or information that have been gathered will be interpreted and analyzed dito sa analytical framework based on the statement of the problem. Okay? So, yung statement of the problem natin, nagbibigay ito ng conclusion, okay? Results, and then discussion. So, ano yung tinatawag natin statement of the problem? Okay, sa statement of the problem, pumapasok dito yung paghalimbawa, yung ginagawa mo is qualitative research, gumagawa ka dito ng mga socio-demographic profile. Okay, so paalaala, hindi lahat ng research ay nagkakapareho sa information dun sa socio-demographic profile. Some other research study is based on the range of age. Halimbawa, meron tayong dalawang type of research na under qualitative research. Okay? Now, gumamit tayo ng questionnaire. Doon sa questionnaire, meron tayong tinatawag na statement of the problem na naka-indicate doon yung tinatawag natin na socio-demographic profile. Okay? The other socio-demographic profile, it indicates only the sex of the respondent. Yung pinag-aaralan dun, yung either lalaki ba siya or babae. On the other hand naman, isang types of research under under qualitative research discussing about gender. So pag gender yung pinag-usapan natin dito, papasok dito yung LGBT. Okay? So that is also the same with the same socio-demographic profile, but the content of the socio-demographic profile differ in the other research socio-demographic profile. Halimbawa din dito sa socio-demographic profile, yung tinatawag natin na range of age. Okay? Yung isa, yung pinag-aaralan ay bata, yung isa naman, yung pinag-aaralan ay mga matatanda. And the age, the gap of the age of the respondent is actually meron siyang limit pag halimbawa bata or matanda. Either meron siyang tinatawag na 1 to 5 years old and then 6 to 10 years old, yung mga ganun. And then dito naman sa other research na pang matanda, papasok siya sa 18 to 23 and then 24 to 26, mga ganun. And the range of the age is naka-different siya. Hindi siya nagkakapareho. Pero the same label siya na socio-demographic profile. So, yun ang actually na ina-analyze based on the statement of the problem. Okay? So, marami pong klase ng statement of the problem. Depende sa research idea, and we are going to discuss that one in a different topics. Okay, i-discuss natin kung paano gumawa ng statement of the problem and how you are going to analyze and interpret the data dun sa mga collected information. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ng mga mock-up interview, mock-up data, and then that will be our activity. So magkakaroon tayo ng discussion related sa tinatawag natin na um, analytical framework. Okay? So, based on dito sa analytical framework, magkakaroon tayo ng conclusion. Okay? You can conclude your study kung talaga na kailangan ko bang i-refine yung statement of the problem or okay na ito. Okay? Yung idea ko, okay, the conclusion for the idea that I already formulated, okay na ba ito sa statement of the problem ko? Makukuha ko ba dito yung result based on the statement of the problem that I already stated on my research? Okay, so yung discussion dito, nangyari sa ano ba yung nangyari or mangyayari sa research mo pag nagawa yan? Okay? Ano yung magiging output niya? Ano yung parang magiging decision ng ng project mo towards the respondent of your research. Okay? So pag halimbawa, as an applied science, no? Pag halimbawa nakagawa ka ng isang device, ano ba yung pakinabang ng isang ano diyan? Ano ba yung pakinabang ng gumagamit ng project na 'yan? Meron bang it is sustainable enough na pwede na ba siya mag-rely? Let's say for example, gumagawa ka ng isang project na nagbabalat siya ng ng tawag dito ng niyog or coconut. Yes, exactly, no? Uh, Paano niya nasusustain? Okay? Paano siya naging isang sustainable? dun sa beneficiary. Meron bang failure yan? Meron bang gaano ba katibay yan? Dumaan ba yan sa quality control? Okay? So, parang nagkakaroon kayo ng discussion related dun sa project na ginagawa mo. And papasok dito sa analytical framework. Right? So, pag i-summarize natin yung mga details of the four frameworks of the research project, dun sa conceptual framework, ito yung nagko-contain siya ng research statement, question, or hypothesis. Okay? So, bakit pumapasok dito? Bakit hindi nabanggit dito yung idea? Of course, it is actually uh, the statement of the problem, or the research statement is actually based on the idea that you are formulated, no? Paano ka nag-formulate ng idea? The idea, saan ka kumuha? Okay? Ano yung statement mo related dun sa idea na na-formulate mo? Ano yung mga question mo? Ano yung mga hypothesis mo related dun sa idea na formulate mo? Okay, once you formulated the idea, na-refine mo na yung idea, now it's time for you to analyze through theoretical framework. Okay? Paano mo i-theorize yung study mo? Okay, mag-gather ka ng related literature. Ito yung mga literature review. Okay? Yung mga related study. Gaano ba karami or marami bang related study yan? Kasi the the capacity, okay, of the related study or related literature is actually providing you a high perspective that your study can actually na magagawa siya or hindi. Okay? Pag marami yung review of related literature mo, there is a higher chance na yung study mo is actually feasible. Okay? Na nagiging viable talaga siya. It's viable enough kasi nga ang daming related study dyan, hindi ka actually mawawalan ng mga information na pwede mong i-apply in your study as a related study dun sa ginagawa mong study. Okay? And then the methodological framework, it contains the method section. Okay? Itong methodology section, dito natin i-discuss yung SDLC. Sabi ko nga, we will actually provide time to discuss the SDLC. And that is really important in the project design in the future. Yung tinatawag natin na uh, SDLC or yung tinatawag natin na System Development Life Cycle. Okay? Yung software development life cycle. Okay? Yung software development life cycle, doon dinidiscuss yung planning, yung implementation. So, dito yung sa method. Ano yung method na gagawin mo? Okay? So, papasok dito yung mga planning, okay? How you're going to implement the code, what are those materials na kailangan mo, uh, okay ba ito? It is economical ba yan? Pwede ba yan? Pasok ba yan sa mga ano ko, sa mga possible ba yung project na magagawa dyan? And then, tinatawag natin na analytical framework. So, analytical framework, it contains the data analysis presented in the thesis. Yung data analysis mo, paano mo i-analyze yung data na nag-gathered mo and how you are going to present in the thesis. When we say present in the thesis, you are now trying to write up the complete study. Okay? Dito na yung oras na kung saan magsusulat ka na. You are now trying to build all the structure of your research based on the data that you have analyzed. Okay? Parang dito na magkakaroon ng conclusion and magkakaroon ng discussion at magkakaroon ka na ng tinatawag natin na uh, result. Okay, so magkakaroon ka na ng result based on the idea that you have formulated in the conceptual framework. In the conceptual framework. So that is all our asynchronous class for this week. Yung mga nagkaraan na holiday, we are going to magkakaroon tayo ng mock-up class for those holidays. Meron tayong 2 araw. So, siguro gagawa na lang ako ng another video presentation to discuss. So far, pag hindi sana nagkaroon ng holiday, ito yung i-discuss natin sa Monday, yung uh, the frameworks, and then yung iba pang mga study na kaya na i-discuss natin. Okay? May mga i-discuss pa tayo na related dun sa mga paradigm about the research study. Okay? So, siguro yun na yung magiging last lecture natin for the I think for the third to the fourth week of our research. So yung syllabus natin, actually we already indicated there na yung fourth week we will actually dun sa chapter 1 of our study. So ito na yung pinaka-last na i-discuss natin. Gagawa na lang ako ng iba pang uh, video presentation in related with the previous study na hindi natin na-discuss kasi nga tumama sa holiday. Una, yung klase natin kasi MWF. Okay, so uh, yung every Friday natin asynchronous tayo, and then sa Monday and Wednesday i-discuss natin face to face kung ano man yung nakasaad dun sa area na i-discuss natin yung mga topics dun sa araw na yun. But suddenly, hindi nga talaga natuloy. It is because of the holidays. So, yung holiday natin sa Monday, tapos nagkaroon naman ng holiday on Wednesday. So, yung isa na lang yung Friday, pero it was asynchronous. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-discuss face to face, at certain din tayo ng time kasi nga Friday, we are actually nag-aaral, nagsasala tayo sa afternoon. Hindi natin kayang i-discuss sa mabilisang ano, nag-set pa tayo ng mga ibang activity at meron pa tayong mga attendance. Okay, so for asynchronous classes, I will create another quiz for this video presentation, and that will be your attendance for the for the whole week. Okay, for the holiday, doesn't matter, wala naman tayong pasok doon, so the attendance is not actually counted. Pero dito sa asynchronous classes natin, the quizzes that yung quiz natin dito ay yung magiging attendance niyo. Okay, so thank you so much for um, watching this video presentation, and good luck for your quiz. At sana walang hindi magku-quiz. All of you will take the quiz, at panoorin muna itong video presentation na ito before you are taking the quiz. Okay, so good luck, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.